For me to use sports talk, what you expect? It ain't about who said it first. It's about who got it right. All right, today we're going to give y'all a preview of each division. Now we're going to go from division to division, and we're going to basically talk about who we think will win that division, and we're going to talk about what teams might win a division and who would it really surprise us if they were to win a division. So I'm going to start with the NFC South because I think the NFC South is definitely the best division in football right now. Now, it hasn't always been like that. I know G was saying, what'd you say, G? You said you think the NFC East?
I think NFC, yeah. Yeah, I think the East is. Been like that for me for a while. I mean, especially when you got to look at it like who just got added. You got Terrell Pryor going to Washington. You got Alshon Jefferson going to Philly.
Yeah.
You got Torrey Smith going to Philly. You know, Dez Bryant coming back.
Yeah. Those some pieces.
You got Brandon Marshall. I feel sorry for the quarterbacks in that division. I mean, Josh Norman gonna really have his hands full, like in that division every game. You got Jeffrey against. You got if he's not checking Beckham, it's a chance he will be on Brandon Marshall
or Shepard.
6'4". I mean,
and Shepard's good too.
Did he get hurt?
Did he get hurt? Oh, we gotta see. Well, shoot, we might as well start with the NFC East. We already going off. We might as well start. Let me see. That guy's a beast, man.
I remember him in Oklahoma.
Yes, sir. I don't think Sterling Shepard got hurt. You know, a lot of these players get a lot of these nagging injuries. For real.
I don't think the Giants gonna even run the ball.
You think they go? And then they also got that tight end who they drafted from Ole Miss. So we expect a big air attack from the Giants. If anything, you know, I see Eli Manning should maybe have easily 30 touchdown passes this year. Easily 30 to 35 touchdown easily. So we're gonna see we might as well start with the East. Okay, so who you got winning that division then? Because Zeke is out 6 games. So you got the Giants winning that division?
I got the Giants winning that division. I got it's so tough.
I think Kirk Cousins gonna bounce back.
I got
again.
Dallas. I'm gonna have Dallas coming in second, but I got Washington. Don't sleep on them. I'm telling you, do not sleep on them.
Kirk Cousins had a chance to win it last year. Had a chance to put them in the playoffs last year. This guy threw that pick, and I was like, "Come on, Kirk!" And now he got franchise tag again, right? So he definitely gonna go out there and perform because this is definitely a contract year again for him. This is another contract year. He hasn't signed that. He hasn't got a big deal yet, so that's going to be interesting, man. I want to lean on Dallas so bad, just because what I was thinking, but I don't know about their secondary. I think Philadelphia, with the right people, I think.
Oh, you said they're going to win the East?
Who, the Eagles can win the East?
Well, go ahead.
The Eagles can win it, but then again, I'm like, who Carson Wentz throwing to now? So that's big. That's big. I might have to say, but the Giants is too. You don't know what you're gonna get from the Giants game in and game out. Like from week 1 to 2 and 3 to 4, they can look like 2 total different teams. But let me stop beating around the bush. I'm gonna give my pick. I will take. I'm gonna go with the Eagles to win the East. I'm gonna go with the Eagles to win the East, man. I don't know, and you know what? It might want to bite me in the butt, but this division is so tough right here. It's like a toss-up. It's like there's not too much drop-off from team to team to team. Only reason why I'm not taking the Giants is because I feel that they're really too inconsistent at times. You don't know what the run game is going to be like, and we know that Eli needs – we talk about Eli throwing the ball. Eli is not that quarterback to drop back 50 times throw that ball because he's going to have 3 picks to go along with it.
Built for that. It's built for that now. He's going to throw some picks. I ain't saying that. But this offense is built
okay,
to
all right. So, it really won't surprise me then if the Giants do win it because it's like that offense scary. When they got Brandon Marshall, I'm like, oh, man.
Can't double team Odell Beckham.
No, you're right.
That's even what come on, man.
Yeah, we gonna see. We gonna see. So,
Josh Norman in trouble.
oh, he is. He is. He got a. They got like a four-headed monster going on with the Giants. So that's gonna be very interesting. Now on to the NFC North. We know the Green Bay has dominated this division forever, for so long, and no, it ain't even no product. They're gonna do it again. I like the addition of Martellus Bennett. He left my Patriots and went over there. Respectfully, I mean, why wouldn't you know? Whoever's going to give you more money. And then that's not a drop off at all. You go from Tom Brady to Aaron Rodgers. Somebody say that's an upgrade. A lot of people think that. So why not go play with Aaron Rodgers as well? And he got some years left in him. Now, I've seen Trubisky play. He looks good after one game. But Minnesota. I love Minnesota's tough defense. I love everything about it. If Minnesota could just get I can't even say get a quarter. Sam Bradford is just he's good enough to get you there. Like, if you was to put a top 10 quarterback on Minnesota offense, oh my God, we got scary. Who I don't even know. Actually, you know what? I don't know if I'm gonna even say Green Bay. I don't know, but that'd be kind of crazy to go get. I'm gonna go with Minnesota, G. I'm gonna go with Minnesota. I'm gonna go with Minnesota, but with Green Bay coming up close because they ain't got Eddie Lacy no more. And that Ty Montgomery stuff at running back and no, they ain't got Eddie Lacy no more. And that like I said, that Ty Montgomery stuff.
Did they pick up a running back?
I think they did. They did.
I forgot who they picked up though.
Let me see who did Green Bay pick up? Because we know that the Minnesota Vikings got the boy from Florida State. So that's gonna be big. Now they got James Starr, Christian Michael. No, they don't, man. They didn't even go get one. I would think they would have.
Okay. Well, air it out. I mean, it's gonna be tough with Minnesota. But
yeah. That's hard, G. You can't even, man. That's a hard pick between Green Bay and Minnesota because Minnesota defense is just so crazy.
Minnesota, they do got good defense, and they just locked up Xavier Rhodes as a cornerback.
They should.
It's my eye. No, they already did. I think he got like $60 million. Yep. So that's gonna be tough. Detroit y'all got them third.
Oh my God, I love Matthew Stafford, but sometimes I really don't know what's up with that organization. I don't know if they're under a curse. I don't know what to say about the Detroit Lions. They had it so many years of Calvin Johnson where I was like, if any team could beat the Seahawks, when the Seahawks were in their heyday back in the Legion of Boom when nobody was really hurt, I said the Lions was the only team I think who could, because they had a defense to bang on them, and they had Calvin Johnson, who was just so
good.
Too much.
Who was that defense? Who was that defense?
Crazy. You better look at that defensive line. The Lions just arguably had probably the best defense. Sue?
That's it?
No, they had Sue, and they had the boy from Auburn, too. The big defensive tackle who played with Cam Newton. Whom? Huh?
Easily.
Was it Easily? Is that him? Yeah. No, not Easy. Fair. I think like Fairly. Fairly was balling with Sue alongside him. Then they had their defensive end. Nah. The Lions had a pretty above average defense. The Lions definitely had an above average defense.
Seattle. I mean, they probably would have had a few. They probably would have lost to Seattle like 27-14, something like that.
Disrespecting them, G. They just that remember. I know you remember when Bruce Irvin punched that ball out of bounds when Calvin was about to go in.
That was the best safety in the game, number 31.
Yeah, he stripped him. I mean, he made him fumble, but the ball went out of bounds and they punched it out of bounds. That should have been the Lions' ball, first and goal, because that's a. I mean, the Lions has had a couple, pretty close games with Seattle, but close and beat them is two different things. It really don't matter. It don't matter how close you get if you don't win. If that was the case, then Tom Brady should be 7-0 because he's had some close losses as well. But so you taking Green Bay in that division?
taking Green Bay in that division.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm gonna go with the I'm gonna go with the Vikings. Now
Green Bay 11-5.
we're gonna
Gonna
go
win
to
that division.
okay, all right, we're gonna go to NFC West now. Okay, so we had all right, man, Seattle. I ain't even playing no games. Arizona
Nah,
has Arizona.
Arizona, don't sleep on Arizona.
I know
Man,
Arizona came
they
on hot.
got listen, they got potentially the best running back in the game.
Oh, David Johnson, a monster.
I'm saying potentially. I'm not stamping him. Potentially. I mean, he's an all around back. He's catching, he's running, and their defense is stout, top 10.
Arizona don't travel. They don't travel well. Arizona
I'm just
do not
saying, no, I'm
travel
just
well
saying, you
though.
got to look. But they team been through some ups and downs with their coach being sick, having missing games and stuff. When your leader ain't there, their voice, sometimes it can rattle you. The only thing that got me concerned with Arizona is Carson Palmer.
That's it. That's it.
Carson Palmer.
Literally.
I mean, Carson Palmer 1 week can look like a top 5. Next week, bottom 5. It's like that inconsistency. That's the only problem I have with Arizona is the quarterback position.
He sure getting paid like a top. I think he's like 27 something million. Like, yeah, he sure getting paid like a top 5 quarterback. I know that, but you're right. Because secondary, there's no arguing. Linebacker, they don't have a problem. Defense line don't have a problem. But I think their defense is just a little like their defense is probably top 5 in the NFL, but they don't travel well at all. They really don't. But if they get you in that dome, and they get to play you, then it might get ugly for you because they play off momentum. Patrick Peterson, who is one of my favorite cornerbacks, Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, my favorite defensive back in the NFL, and a large part is due from what he did at
How long
LSU.
you do it? Hold on, a question. I mean, that could be your pick. I got a question for it. I like him. Don't get me wrong. So you think he'll better? Nah, I ain't gonna even. Never mind. Go ahead.
No, of course I ain't gonna say no. Don't even ask nothing crazy, G. Of course he's
I
not
mean,
better than Patrick Peterson. Don't insult my intelligence. Come on now. He ain't no. He's not.
I
I'm just
know.
saying
I'm
a
talking
person.
about that boy in Seattle.
Oh, Cam, no. Cam or Earl, no. Hex, he ain't better than neither one of them. No, no,
Cause
no,
he
no.
get hurt. I mean, Honey Badger been hurt, and I know he had that nasty leg injury. I mean, I don't even want to. When he got that interception, and I saw his leg. Oh,
Yeah, he ain't mad though, man. I just like the way he approaches the game and how he can do everything. Cause he reminds me of Troy Polamalu, who is probably one of my all time favorite safeties. Cause I just like how Troy Polamalu was just like positionless. He like he was everywhere. He didn't really follow a play. It was more of just
I
like
don't get that from Badger. I don't.
you
I'm sorry, I
don't.
don't. I mean, he's a good player, but Troy Polamalu
Just wait.
did what he wanted.
Just
No, I'm
wait.
saying okay. I'm sitting back and I'm gonna see, but
Okay, all right. So you said you got Arizona, and you know it's funny because the Rams, man, for the Rams to always struggle offensively, the Rams defense is
that's what's
nothing to be played with at all. Like this defense is nothing to be played with, and they play Seattle the best out of anybody for some reason. Year in and year out, they'll have games.
shit. You just said it. They defense, that front line can get to Russell Wilson
Bull every time.
and flush him out the pocket, and they can stuff the run. Now you got to look at it. If I can get to your quarterback and stuff the run, I done won 60% of the matchup. Now, them cornerbacks, they a little too shaky for me. I mean, Doug Baldwin, I like him, but sometimes he have his way with them and, put Seattle in position, to get little chippy field goals. They might beat them
Yeah,
12
it'd be some like
6.
bull crap, G. It'd be bull crap. It'd be like the Rams would be on the goal line like 4 times and have 2 turnovers and have 2 field goals. It's like, come on, Ram, like y'all are right there. Like just score, just push the ball. And there's been times I remember Seattle stopped them on the goal line. There's other times Seattle stopped them on the goal line, but
I know another thing. I know this rookie quarterback better show me something.
who
That's all I'm gonna say.
who golf?
Who the rookie quarterback? Yeah,
This is second
because
year,
he
so we
showed
gonna see.
me nothing.
Yeah, nah,
Show me something.
He didn't look good at all. Todd Gurley, please come back. I really like you, Todd Gurley.
Why? You know why? Because they ain't got no quarterback. 8 man in the box, baby. They're going to let Goff going to have to make these people pay. That's what it got to be. He got to make them pay.
Oof, they traded up for him.
Play action, he got to learn how to go up top, man. You got Sammy Watkins now. You know, you got
Tavon
Austin, and you got Robert Woods from Buffalo. And you got to get busy.
They gave you the keys. They gave you the keys. They said, "All right, you got some speed. You got a speedster now. So we're gonna see what you do with that Golf." But that was kind of, you know what? You know, I'm pretty sure these teams bite themselves in the butt at all times. You know, because it's big risk, but also big reward. You trade up. You give up so much to get these quarterbacks. You give up so many picks, and then the quarterbacks finally is in your system, and they're like they look like a deer in headlights. It's like, Carson Wentz and Jared Goff. I love Carson Wentz. Two total different players. A guy came from North Dakota State that a lot of people were, he went to 1AA, CFS, he can't get the job done. Look at Jared Goff. Look what he did at Cal, this and that. And they're comparing him to Aaron Rodgers. And it's like, we got to stop with these comparisons because Jared Goff has really come up short. But they have a new coach, offensive-minded coach now. So we're going to see year 2, Los Angeles Rams, we're going to see what y'all do. Now, the best division in the NFL. Man, this one tough. This one is tough. Carolina, we know what they got. We know they drafted McCaffrey. He balling. We already know what their linebackers and their front forward bring. Their secondary is shaky. The Falcons, who should have been Super Bowl champs. We don't know if that hangover can possibly, tarnish their season. Maybe. I mean, we just don't know, but we know that the Falcons have everything at their disposal. They have literally turned into the NFC South Seahawks, or they're like trying to not say, I don't want to say impersonate them, but when you got these fast linebackers like the guy Jones, number 45, these guys are just so fast. The Falcons' defense is so fast. So, and then the Saints, they got AP. I don't know how useful that's going to be there because I don't really know.
Yeah, you about the people that the Falcons, they picked up Dontarius Poe from Kansas City,
monster,
as a nose tackle, and they picked up McKinley for UCLA.
Yeah, good feeling. Mm-hmm.
And they signed Trufant. Then they, the running back Freeman, they just signed him to a mega deal.
He deserves it.
Those are big signings in the offseason. Let me know that y'all wasn't satisfied just getting to the Super Bowl. Y'all want to get back there. Y'all know y'all lost that game. So I'm not saying it's a guarantee that they make it back, but what they did in the offseason, you got to salute that.
Oh, yeah, definitely. The odds are definitely in their favors to get back because those guys are made, and we know they shouldn't have lost that game. This comes from Patriot fans. No way you lose that game up 28-3, but that offense, my boy Julio, like I said, I take Julio over probably everybody, every receiver. I've said that, and I stand by it. If we could just, stay healthier and, escape from them foot problems, then you got Tampa Bay. And I know, G, you've been really excited about this team right here. The Buccaneers have a lot of firepower offensively, but I think the Buccaneers are only going to go as far as their secondary takes them. I think their secondary will play a key role in this team's success because the Buccaneers will average maybe 27 points a game. The Buccaneers will be top 10 in the scoring offense, definitely this year. I think it's their secondary. The Buccaneers have a good defensive line and a good linebacker core. That secondary is the question to me because I just don't know. I don't know. So, who gonna win the NFC South? I think the Falcons. I'm gonna go.
I got Carolina.
I know. I was so close saying that.
I want to go Carolina. I think Cam got something to prove. But if Atlanta was to win it, I won't be mad at that. But I'm gonna go Carolina. I just hope that Cam turns it back on, not throwing everything on his shoulders. I hope Benjamin can stay healthy, come in shape. I hope Christian McCaffrey can light a joint to that offense. Only thing that problem I have with Carolina, for some odd reason, everybody can see it, but it seems like they can't. They get these small receivers. I don't mind a small receiver in the slot, Wes Welker, Edelman. I think they should have went after Torrey Smith with an arm like Cam Newton, that can open it up for Benjamin. But you already got your 6'5" guy. That's your red zone. You already got Ost. I mean, I don't mind, a little small, wide receiver in the slot. But I don't mind a 6'1" or 6'2" guy on the other side of Benjamin. 6'3" possibly, or just a burner, a speedster, a Smith, There's guys out there that they could have got. I mean, I wouldn't mind them pulling the trigger to get Sammy Watkins for Cam Newton. I just think Cam sometimes, and I see that with a lot of quarterbacks, that they don't get the proper weapons around to succeed. I mean, Cam can't keep running every time and taking these hits. We see he don't get the flag. Get him some more weapons. That man, I think, if not a top 3 arm in a game, strength-wise, 6'5", 250 pounds. So I figured, when you do player personnel, and it goes into the NFL too, put the right players around these guys to succeed if you're trying to win. Because when you don't, I really question, are you trying to go out there and win it? Or you just want to be a contender and playing the playoffs and lose in the first round because, other teams around you getting better. And I feel like Carolina don't make the right moves to get over that hurdle. That's just me.
I ain't even mad at you, G, because you don't base the words out of everybody's mouth, and you're right. It's like, do y'all not see this? I remember his first year he came in, and Cam Newton didn't have any weapons on offense, like to throw to, and he still made the most of it. And you can probably arguably say his most dynamic weapon has been outside of Greg Olsen, a receiver. Calvin Benjamin been hurt. It's been Ted Ginn. A guy who would catch a bomb, but a guy who would drop 5 of them before he catch one. And Cam still goes out there. He throws the ball. Philly Brown and some of these guys. So just imagine what Cam like. I agree wholeheartedly with you. Like, yeah, it's good to have these small scat backs, but hey, this is the NFL. This ain't college. You're gonna have to get hit by Cam Chancellor. You're gonna get hit by Bobby Wagner. Some of these guys who gonna lay that hat on you. So how are these guys gonna respond to getting hit? For real, okay, college is different, and to some players, evidently it's not, because Leonard Fournette said this is just like the SEC, or he probably didn't really quite say that all the way. Maybe Leonard Fournette meant that the SEC has really prepared me for the NFL, which I think it does, because you see some of those teams, but we're gonna get to Jacksonville. But you know what, G, I wanted to go with Carolina too, because I think they got something to prove. I think after a lot of people just going at Cam Newton like, oh, well, you're a big crybaby, and the way the players, react to him, and them not having so good of a year last year, I think the Panthers on some, but their secondary, I just don't know. Secondary is big. But we know that I'm gonna use Tom Brady. Tom Brady hasn't always had the best secondary. But sometimes that's why you need your offense to patch up some of your problems on your defense. We know Peyton Manning did it forever. So that might take more of the honest. And also Bill Belichick, of course, because I know I'm not going to leave that out there. But it might be more of a game plan or something too. I know they run the ball a lot, but run the ball even more and shoring up the game so that you ain't got to keep putting your defense out there. You ain't got to keep putting that secondary on the field. Ground and pound game. But we can't leave out New Orleans, G, because you just don't know. New Orleans is a wild card. They're always a wild card. You just don't know. They're good for 30-some points, huh?
Yeah, with Breeze, it seemed like, this guy, like, he don't take a step back.
He don't, man.
He's not the biggest, but the man plays the game the right way, and he has a nice arm. But I always question one thing about Breeze, and then I always seeing I'm right because I'm a fan of his. But when he's not in that dome, he is so 50-50, you know, because, in the playoffs, it get cold. It get cold. And that's when I really judge how you really play. When them hands got to keep going in that mitt, and you sit by that heater,
Oh, gotta go
and
on the
you probably,
sideline. Gotta go on the sideline and warm
yeah,
up.
you gotta go to Green Bay in December.
Ooh.
You got to go to Chicago. Luckily Minnesota got a dome. You know, you got to go to these cold climate places, New York, Philadelphia, Washington, all that stuff get cold. Now you're not in the comfort zone in the 60-degree, 65, 70-degree dome.
Like Miami
Snow,
weather or something like that,
right.
or Texans.
The balls get harder and all that. So I just Breeze, when he's outside of that dome, them numbers drop. But I'm still a fan. Don't get me wrong. He earned everything that he got. But when it get cold, them dome teams, they tend to stand by the heater a little longer than the other teams. That's play outside.
Uh-oh. Now we go to the AFC. The mighty NFC is finished. So me and Gina, we done set our picks who we think will win. And what team wouldn't surprise us if they did win. Now it's on for the AFC. AFC East. Patriots.
Yeah,
I don't think we don't even need to probably even go in depth in this division at all. This is
but what team, bro? Yeah, I mean, we can,
okay. If it
what team second?
I've always said I like the way Buffalo has pieces there. Buffalo had a really good defense just from year to year, just like a couple years ago. They didn't play as a team under Rex Ryan. I didn't see any cohesion at all. So when they were playing the Patriots in games that they probably should have beat the Patriots, they would the Bills would be so excited that they would just make crazy roughing the passer, late hit. They played with the Buffalo Bills played very undisciplined at times. So if they can get some of that discipline back, and wait, they just traded away their cornerback. They just lost both of their cornerbacks. I'm sorry, I'm taking away that the Bills aren't going anywhere. Now the Jets, the Dolphins will come. Is going to come in second. I'm sorry, I had to wait. Hold on. Huh?
Dolphins?
Oh crap! They got Jay Cutler. That ain't no better.
Buffalo coming in second. I got the Bills.
They lost both of their second. They lost both of their cornerbacks.
They gonna go. Man, they gonna go 7-9 with Jay Cutler. It's a wrap.
G said it's 7-9 with Jay Cutler. That ain't no better. I don't like G. Honestly, I don't know if I'd rather have my whole secondary gone or my cornerbacks. Both of my cornerbacks gone. Or I don't know if I'd rather have Jay Cutler as my starting quarterback.
I'm gonna tell you this. Any secondary would be good if your front four can get to the cornerback.
True.
They can jump out. Like I said, put it like this. They say Denver got the best secondary. I'm off names. I like Corey Harris, but he's not the best cornerback, in the game. But he's good. Chris Harris. Chris, I'm sorry about that, listener. But if you got time back there, you'll pick them apart. Mm-hmm. You'll pick cornerback apart. Any Roll, Sherman, I don't care who you are. If a quarterback in the NFL have time to go through his possessions, you're in trouble. You cannot stay with nobody that long. Because once the route is broken off, it's pick up football after that. I done seen Tom Brady point Edelman to go left, right after the play, and Tom scooted to the right and throw a dart like, told he can't guard Edelman. No, he can't guard him for that long.
Yeah.
But if they get into the quarterback and the quarterback got to get the ball out timely, yeah, it's a good chance that you can guard. But other than that, no. And I think Buffalo got a front four, that can wreak some havoc in the East. I mean, only line you really got to really worried about is the Patriots. But as far as the Jets and the Dolphins, oh, yeah. Yeah, barbecue chicken.
Yeah, because the Jets, we just don't know. Like that, the coach inherited I think a decent roster, and it's been so much that has went on in New York, and now it's like we know if you don't get that team turned around, and in the NFL you don't have long. Like there's not too many Marvin Lewises out there for you to. I mean, because he has good regular seasons, but he doesn't put up the numbers in the playoff. He doesn't win in the playoff. So, but for this guy who was the defensive coordinator for the Arizona Cardinals, and he was heralded. Everybody's like, "Oh man, we want to get this guy, and we want him to coach our team." But it's like you put these guys in these situations and dysfunctional locker rooms and stuff, and it's like once your team start losing 2-3 years in a row, you're fired. So I don't even know how long this coach is going to even be there at all. But looking at but
you got to give me. It goes back to the quarterback. What are you giving me to succeed?
I agree with that.
I mean, I'm not going. I don't want to make it something bigger than what it is. But to be honest, come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
And you know what? While we're on that, I was actually doing some research, doing a paper, doing something for school, and this is something that I felt a long time ago. Coach Lovie Smith. I think he was perfect for the Bears. I was mad when I'm like, he got fired? Oh, but guess
he get perfect for Tampa Bay.
But guess who was his quarterback? Jay Cutler. I'm like, sometimes these players get these coaches fired. I'm like, what are you doing? Why did y'all were in perfect position?
Overrated.
Like the Bears was in perfect position to go to the playoffs. I think they wound up going like maybe 10-6 and didn't get in. But the Bears was good with Lovie Smith, and he gets fired. I'm like, why did they fire Coach Lovie Smith? And who was their quarterback? Ding dong, Jay Cutler. I'm like, come on now. Come on, Jay Cutler. So that does happen too often. And I think as fans, we deflect so much blame on the coaches, but like G was saying, the coaches can't get out there and play. They can only show you schemes and stuff like that. Now, in some instances, go ahead. What would you say?
Now, for instance, I'm gonna bring this up. I got to bring this up. Who the starting quarterback for the Jets?
Oh my God!
See, that's your foundation right there.
Is it gonna be Geno?
Geno with the Giants.
Geno, you are right. Okay. QB. Man, that's a.
See, now I got to go into my next phase. See,
Bryce Petty, Josh McCown.
Chris on me to win. But look who I got to lead my team. Who was my leader?
That's a good question.
See,
maybe Sean Richardson?
Yeah, I'm talking about my offense. Who's my leader? Who was their top wide receiver?
It was Brandon Marshall. I know Eric Decker's gone.
No, we're talking right now. We're not last year.
He got hurt.
I think stunk last year with Fitzpatrick and Marshall. But who they got right now? Who's coming in and filling them important spots?
It was the guy he just got hurt, Eppingwall, something like that. He was like the third. Hey, they said that they're leaning towards this guy now. So I was reading stuff about that. And I think he just got hurt.
Exactly, but but you got a guy like Colin Kaepernick that's out there. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you want me to succeed, and it's a chance that I get fired if I go 2-14, 3-13.
Yep.
4-12, 5-11. It's a chance I get fired. But before you fire, look what you did to me. Look who we drafted. You got the safety from LSU. I don't know how good he is. I mean, last safety y'all got was from Louisville, the Pride kid.
Mm-hmm.
How he panning out?
Didn't they give him away? They was looking to. I know they was trying to trade him or something. Maybe Daniel traded.
What's the name of left? Gilrich, number 21.
Okay.
He left. He ended up leaving when they got the guy from LSU. But I'm just.
Thor Pryor was a beast too. Hey,
let's
that's
go
college. We got to say the best for last. We got to say the NFC North for last, man. The NFC North got to be the last. Cause I got to see G Emotion come out with that. But we're gonna go to the AFC South. Jacksonville.
Let me start this. I mean,
take it away.
I'm gonna say it right now. The Houston Texans gonna take that. I'm going with Watson.
Going with him or
He's going
Savage?
to what?
Hey,
He gonna be starting. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Houston gonna win that division, and I'm gonna shock people. The Colts gonna end up third. The Titans gonna be second. And Jacksonville is gonna be a better team, but gonna still end up fourth.
all of the arrows are pointing at Houston being good, and Houston should because of what they're bringing back on defense, and I think the addition of Watson with the running game and his weapons. I'm expecting for Houston to win this division. The Colts, it's the same old with the Colts. They'll have a quarterback, but their defense isn't going to help Andrew Luck at all, and then their offense isn't going to protect Andrew Luck too much. So that'll be that with Colts. He'll just probably wind up making a lot of money. Andrew Luck will probably be really rich, put up a lot of stats, but since he's committed to the Colts, he'll probably never win a ring. And then it doesn't help that Tom Brady is in his way as well. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely go with Houston. I know you was talking about Mariota and Delaney Walker. That Delaney Walker, man, is just he always seems to get open. And then they got that running game too, so that's gonna be interesting. But if I had to lean on it, but defense won championship, so I'm gonna go with Houston, definitely. I agree with what you said about Jacksonville because I think Jacksonville has been drafting really well. So, but I was just reading an article. They said that Blake Bortles is what they said he's the garbage time Tom Brady. They said if there was a such thing as garbage time MVP, they said Blake Bortles would be the best quarterback in NFL
Yeah.
for it. So
I saw Allen Robinson get mad off a pass. It went over his head out of bounds, and he was going back to the huddle, and they said he was like, "Man, just keep the ball in bounds." Like some people say, "Well, you shouldn't say that because he was mic'd up," and but that's a frustration. I mean, Blake Bortles, I think he's pretty decent. Don't get me wrong, but he don't win these big games. I mean, you look at his receivers; they be catching like 110 passes.
Yeah, they be balling.
Like 1,300 yards, but they coming in garbage time when they lose about 21 and all that, so we'll see what happened. I say 6-10 for them.
6-10. All right, I had to actually go look at their schedule, but it seemed like it's pretty hard. I see them. They're gonna lose to Houston both times, probably. Be a close game. Probably split one with Tennessee, and then probably split one with Indiana. If not, get beat both times. But hey, they got an uphill battle to climb because as of right now, they are the fourth best team in their division. So AFC West. Whew, some Raiders, man, they scary. They're very, 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 very scary. And like G was saying, if you have a defensive line that can get to the quarterback, it doesn't matter how bad your secondary is, as the Giants showed us in 2007. This Khalil Mack, can't nobody block him. I think when he gets up for his contract, he gets Von Miller numbers. If Khalil Mack doesn't get 100-something million, 100 plus, oh, there's a problem. Khalil Mack gets over maybe 120, 130 million. He probably sets the record for defense.
Nah, I don't say 130 million. I give him like 110.
Under Von? Okay, well.
Hey, I mean, that's quarterback numbers now. Come on.
Von Miller got 114.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So 120 maybe, 120, 125. He's getting up there. He's going to be like, I need at least what Von Miller got. No way you're paying this guy under 100 million. No way. Or guess what? Somebody would take him off.
I'm going to go on a limb, too. Go ahead. I'm going to go on a limb.
Okay. So I'm going to finish up. So since the Raiders, they got Carr. They have weapons. The Broncos, quarterback situation, Kansas City. I think this is always tough because Kansas City is so good. I'm gonna go with this year. I'm gonna go with Oakland.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Oakland, but I'm gonna say KC tough second. I'm gonna say the Broncos third.
I'm gonna say the Broncos gonna win it. The Broncos gonna win the West. I'm gonna say the Raiders gonna come second. I'm gonna say the Chiefs gonna come third. San Diego gonna be fourth. I think they still going through that rebuilding stage. I think San Diego need to smarten up and start looking for
they Los Angeles now, G. They Los Angeles now.
I'm sorry, the Chargers need to start looking for a quarterback to replace Phillip Rivers. I like Phillip Rivers and everything, but I just think right now you need to start grooming somebody because they put so much into him and just Gates, but I think the defense is young, hungry. They starting to come around, with Boza had a nice rookie year and everything, but I'm going to go with Denver to win the West. And I'm going to say this. I think Carr going to dip a little bit. I don't think Carr going to be that guy because you know why? I think adding a running back like Marshawn Lynch is going to take the ball out of his hands. And I think, I'm going to say this. I think Lynch is going to be productive, but not productive as he was in Seattle.
Okay.
And I just think the opportunities out of Carr hands might hurt them.
Speaking of Seattle, we forgot. I got to jump back. I forgot Seattle got Eddie Lacy, so I think that's going to be so big for Russell Wilson. Though. A healthy Eddie Lacy, because I know he's over there making weight, and he gets incentives for making weight. I think that's going to be so huge for them to bring that physicality back over there. But yeah, I agree with everything what you said about the whole Marshawn Lynch. I think Marshawn Lynch does play a bigger role. But they got so many weapons. They got Crabtree. They got my boy Cooper. These boys, and it's kind of funny because when you actually look at the AFC West as a division has the best defense in the AFC as a whole. Like the Chargers, like people say, like the Chargers defense really isn't that bad. Like the Chargers has some very good. They got Ingram, like you said, Bosa. They got a couple linebackers. They got the second. Like the Chargers are just they're just caught up in they're just caught up in a very hard division. So you want to look at any division. If it's not the AFC North and the AFC, then the AFC West might be the best of it. And I'm gonna say that, and I might have to give it to the AFC West just because if you do the bottom teams, I'm taking the Chargers over Cleveland every day of the week.
Oh yeah, you gotta do that. I might take Tara or Woodward over Cleveland.
Somebody, for those of you who don't know, those are local high school football teams, but Cleveland. We're going to see what Cleveland got this year because we about to talk about that. We about to talk about the AFC North. So Cleveland, they went to go get their defensive end. They went to go get the best. Hey, see, you know what? And I'm not going to fight you about that.
You got to bring it.
Yeah, against 3 teams. That's it. Stop. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm talking about 3. We've been a division the past 10 years. You got to look at offense and defense.
Yep.
With the Bengals, Baltimore, and Pittsburgh, come on, man. You put them 3 teams together, and like if you take the 3 best teams in each division or 4 and put them all together to play each division, we had the best rosters. We had the best. And on defense, oh my God, us, come on, like really?
Yeah, but
really.
That will only work in basketball.
AJ and oh my God. But yeah.
Yeah, no, you was on your little soliloquy about the AFC North.
And look, I don't want to say that I think Pittsburgh gonna win it. I got Pittsburgh going 12-4. I got the Bengals going 10-6. So I got the Ravens going 8-8, and I'm gonna give Cleveland 5-11. I ain't gonna do them that bad. I gotta give them 5-11.
Hey. That Kaiser was looking good.
That's some preseason.
Yeah, that preseason was looking good. I have not got to see my boy Joe Mixon yet. I will after this podcast. I'm definitely going to go watch some highlights and see what he did because I know it was an article talking about they can sum up everything what he did in 5 carries, I guess. But they was trying to break down every play of Joe Mixon. I think Joe Mixon is going to be magnificent. I was just reading some what they said. LT said this is the year for the young running backs to break out. Man, the running back position is definitely at its peak. Definitely, definitely at its peak for real. So, but Baltimore's not winning it. I want to go with the Bengals, man, I'm just going with my heart, man. I'm gonna go with the Bengals this year, man.
I respect that.
I'm just going with the Bengals here because I want the Bengals to win it. Now I know that the Steelers might win, but like I said, I'm picking from my heart, not from a from I guess a really a fair standpoint. I want to see the Bengals win a division, but I agree with G. I think the Steelers somehow some way get this. I think it's such a toss up because the Bengals should win this division. They should. But like I said, so it's a toss up between either or. I'm not gonna be surprised. But like G said, the Steelers got Big Ben, but he's been contemplating retirement and all this stuff like that. AB Martavis Bryant coming back, plus those weapons. But against the Bengals, that stuff don't matter because it's not like they're gonna get blown out by the Steelers. This gonna be a grudge match. The Bengals can just stay calm and composed. And
We got weapons too, man.
I say this. If y'all can put up 24, because last year I was so mad at the Bengals. And for you listeners out there listening who aren't from Cincinnati or who are not Bengals fan, when the Bengals was up on, what was y'all up on them, G? What, 17-3? What was y'all was up on them pretty. I was like, come on, Bengals, just move the ball. Just keep moving the ball and waste some time off the clock. And what happened? They came back and everybody was like, oh, the Steelers is like, no, the Bengals have had them, and y'all don't understand the frustration, especially if y'all aren't Bengal fans. Like I remember, always growing up and seeing the Bengals always lose. Like, that's why if y'all ever get a chance to go to Cincinnati, you'll see so many Steeler fans because the Steelers have owned the Bengals forever. Like, well, I'm not gonna say forever, but as long as I can remember, and G, I'm pretty sure you can remember farther back. But I'll definitely speak on the '90s and 2000s, where you had Steve Blake and all these guys, and it was just bad. It was just bad. They had the bus. They had Plexico. They had some of the just greatest defense, and would just make a mockery of the Bengals. And I think right now it's time for the Bengals to take a stand, and they need to end this. The Steelers will not own the Bengals no more. So I hope the Bengals take this because I think they can. So, but the Ravens definitely not. No, definitely not. This is a 2-division race. But like I said, the Bengals could possibly lose a game to the Ravens. So could Pittsburgh because these teams know each other so well. So
yeah, I just can't wait. Because it's always a defensive game.
It always.
Bengals always come down to a couple of possessions, but it always comes down to the Bengals. Like you said, poise. Knowing that you've been there. It's more mental than anything, Like Ben Roethlisberger said, I know at least out of the 2 times we played, Cincinnati would do a couple of bonehead plays to lose the game. So,
hey, Gee, hey. So right now, for everybody listening, magic number: the Bengals scored 24 points. They got it. That's it, Bengals. That's all y'all gotta do is score 3 touchdowns and a field goal. If y'all score 4 touchdowns, 1 in the first quarter, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, and 1 in the fourth, y'all gonna beat the Steelers. All right, so it can be a crazy game. That's it. They ain't gonna the Bengals ain't gonna let these boys go put up 28 points on their defense. That's not gonna happen. Or it shouldn't happen, I should say. All right, it shouldn't happen. But that's our little rundown. We had to actually look at each division and just really talk to our listeners out there and let y'all know what we think about each division and who's gonna come out. And later on in the year, we'll give our Super Bowl picks, who we think. We'll do that about week 8. Week 8, you all right, G? Does that sound about right? Yep. So that we can see, because it's not like, cause right now of course, people gonna say, well, the Patriots and this, and we don't know. And although week 8 we won't know, we'll have a much better.
Go back to the Super Bowl.
Okay, yeah, he says that, but we'll see. But week 8.
Anytime they do big acquisitions, the Patriots will not go back to the Super Bowl.
Okay,
it's not going to happen.
Y'all heard that? She said it. Y'all heard that? So after week 8, we definitely gonna sit back and we're gonna let y'all know who we think will be in the Super Bowl. But we want to appreciate all our listeners for, continue to support us, continue to listen. Please continue to share the podcast. Like I said, we want everybody to hear this podcast. I think it's a very special, a very unique, a very different podcast. So, like I always say, it's not about who said it first. It's about who got it right. From me to you, signing out.